Hey guys, it's Mathel here, and I have a new spec I've been working on. What I did is I made a melee character, which is a duelist base. The melee in particular is Cyclone. What I did was I started a new melee character, just a duelist with the purpose of being swords, crit, and to find a good spec for it. Because some of the sword talents have changed, and I thought there's maybe some potential out there for some crit swords for a budget build. And yeah, I tried I leveled with just about every single gem out there. You know, your Reeve, your Dual Strike, your Double Strike, Cyclone. I had Puncture, I had, just about all of them. Had them, and I was trying them out, and for the most part I was leveling with Reeve, but Cyclone was thrown in there every now and again, and in the end, Cyclone is really the king of the melee spec and world as far as I'm concerned. So the way I'm doing it is I'm running a Carcass Jack, and I have Blood Magic, melee Fizz, faster attacks, increased crit damage, and Cyclone. So we are dual wield crit swords with an Abyssus as well. I'm running 3 auras, Hatred, Herald of Ash, and Grace, because I am evasion based. So I'll show the tree a little later, but yep, we're completely evasion based. We have Ondars, we have Acro, and we needed to take one 4% reduced mana node to run our third aura. So I'll throw in a map. It's nothing too serious. Elemental Equilibrium slows the DPS just a bit because of the fire and cold we're dealing. Resists get higher, so usually you throw in a few hits before you actually crit or kill anything, and yeah. It does make the process a bit slower. We'll also turn it into an anarchy map, which is just free exiles, just so we can plow a few exiles for the purpose of the spec demo. Otherwise, yeah, it's worth 16 cast, but whatever. Hopefully we get a few exiles that melt. 50% regen, doesn't really matter. Not for this spec anyway. So basically, you just go blending. So yeah, quite a bit of fun. Definitely having a lot of fun playing the spec. And you just gotta crit, really. I'm running about 50% crit. And yeah, it feels really good because you attack so fast that it's very rare that you're not critting something. Using Assassin's Mark to get some power charges every now and then. I don't have the playstyle of keeping up power charges permanently, but sometimes I feel, yep, I want my 3 power charges. So I toss out a few Assassin's Marks, especially on tougher mobs that I know will last a bit longer. Assassin's Mark helps. But for the most part, play without it. Seems to have rolled a pretty easy map here. Oh, there's one exile just falling over. There's another guy. And yes, this spec is, not spec, skill. The skill Cyclone is so desyncy sometimes. You learn to live with it and sort of make it as less bad as possible through playing with it a lot. So when you first start, if you haven't tried Cyclone like I hadn't up until this spec, when you first start with it, you're all over the place. You're, desyncing, you're not doing much DPS, you're missing things. I don't know, it's hard to explain, but I was shit with Cyclone when this first started. Because I'd never used it, I didn't think it was a very good skill. I didn't really like the feel of it, but it just took a bit of getting used to it and making it actually effective. Yeah, it's completely not completely. I'm saying it's largely up to you. 'Cause yeah, you can get stuck on little boxes and things, and it's turning corners too quickly or not quick enough. It's a lot of intricacies with Cyclone, it seems. Oh man, this one can be dangerous. She spawns, you know, a whole bunch of stuff, and I have to melee it. Through meleeing it, I can get completely wrecked because of, you know, the explosions that they do. But, yeah, even though we're wearing an Abyssus and we're evasion-based and whatever, you might think you die a lot, or you're pretty squishy. You really don't. Because with Carcass Jack, with Cyclone's quality, you hit things more often than not before they hit you. And because of that, they either get crit and frozen, or stunned through just being hit by a hard melee physical attack. So even these rowers you see many times, they're taking off maybe like 40 to 50% of my life just from a hit. More often than not, I'll stop them in their tracks as they're charging, and they won't get their hit off. But also, whenever the first one hits, pretty much your cast when damage taken setup, Mortal Coil procs, and then you'll be immune to physical for a few seconds, like that. That's only just one guy anyway. When you're in a pack, your cast when damage taken procs, you get, you know, 4 or 5 seconds of immunity. It can be pretty nice. Pretty life-saving stuff. Physical Reflect, not that big of a deal. On packs, they, you know, either you crit them and evade on the guy that actually has it, or you're attacking everything and it's a pack, so your cast when damage taken procs, and then you can take care of them while you're immune. Maps themselves are a bit harder. By a bit harder, I do mean a lot harder. Still doable. I've done several of them. Not as big a deal as you'd think, but I didn't actually check if I cleared that well, because chances are I cleared it shite. 7. Yeah, good enough. So I'll talk a bit more about the spec in just a second. Dump some of this stuff. That's nothing. I'll do the jewelry a bit later in my regal area. So, started out getting some fizz here. I really had no idea how to go about building this, so I was originally going down here, through here, around here, and up there, and I was using a one-handed shield. Turns out the shield really doesn't benefit you that much on a spec like this, so I dropped the shield, picked up a second sword, and got a few nice dual-wield talents to go with it, which are just OP like these. Go down here, grab some sword talents, grab your Ondars, life, crit, Acro, get your Fizz Leech, it's amazing. These are all, this entire class are pretty damn nice for the spec. You need a bit of int, 20 int, 20 crit, good talent. Go through here, get Sentinel, go up here, grab this, bit more crit, bit more attack speed, bit more fizz, all that good stuff. Some great life nodes here, some great crit nodes down here. Amazing crit nodes. And then I needed to find 4% reduced mana to be able to run a third aura, and this is the least amount of points to get to it. From here, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think this could have been okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, one less. I mean, one more. But this also had the added benefit of giving you 1 point for 8% life and all that good stuff. Plus these 6 nodes when you get to them. Plus for 2 points you get 6 per point once you get these 2. Plus the chaos res. So these are, yeah, you get a lot of life. You can grab a lot of life if you choose to. These 6s, that 8, you can get all of these. I'm going to fill out a few more in my next few levels, as well as grabbing 10 crit and 25 crit multi, both of those. It's going to be pretty sweet. Still some room for improvement on this spec, but I figure this is the most efficient route and best way of doing this. After quite a lot of time staring at the tree and all. So we're 86. What else? 38% chance to evade, 30% chance to dodge, so 72 for range attacks. No real armor to speak of. Doesn't matter. 53k deeps almost on our Cyclone. I'll show the gear now as well, actually. It's basically my Ranger's bow character's gear, plus a Carcass Jack, plus an Abyssus, and 2 swords. This sword got for about 15 chaos. This sword got for, well, I made it myself. Got a little bit lucky. At about 110 physical damage. 23 crit. Regaled on a hybrid. Decent hybrid roll. Slapped on a few things. It's a very mid-tier sword, just like this one. They're both like, just middle of the road. It's important to get a bit of crit on there. Helps a lot. A very nice Abyssus. Bought this one for 20 chaos. Then it's my Ranger's gear. Boo, boo, boo. And this ring I got that's laying around somewhere. I needed the fire resist, so we went with that. And this is an insane amulet for me because I need lots and lots of int. Life Fizz, it's great stuff. Bit of res, amazing. And that's basically my new spec. Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun playing this. Very surprised at how much fun I'm having. Quicksilver Flask, extra attack, movement speed. Helps you burn through things quicker. It's very nice to have. I recommend using that. And yeah, there's not much else to say. I'm probably going to put up a guide for this one because I think it's a kick-ass spec. I think everyone should try. Not everyone should try. If you want a melee character, if you think Spin to Win looks pretty cool, definitely give it a shot. But real talk, Tornado Shot Puncture, it's just god tier spec right now. It's going to be hard to beat that pound for pound, like, you know, currency for currency, because this is a really budget spec. It's well under 10 exalts. But that one just does things faster, harder, and all that for pretty much the same price. So if you just want the best spec out there, it's probably Bow/Tornado Shot right now. At the moment. If you're looking for a really good melee spec, I feel this is definitely one. And I do have the Has Blue Cyclone microtransaction, which costs 15 MTX. So if you want that. What's it look like without? I can't even remember anymore. Yeah, I don't know. Blue looks really cool. Worth the 15. So this is Mathel. Got a new physical spec. I hope you tried out. I hope you enjoyed what you saw. And yeah, I'll get more up, and thanks for watching.